Hi everyone, it's me Little Bird and welcome back. So these are video testimonies of my exposure to curses and how they affected my life and the lives of those that were around me. In 2011, I was going to school in Lethbridge, Alberta, and I was doing upgrading. I had been for the past 2 years. When my brothers and I had moved into our own places, we still had a close connection. And seeing as how I was, like my brothers, Daryl and Calvin, had come off of drugs by coming to stay with me, and they got their lives on track. My other brother, Will, ended up coming and staying with me in 2011. And when he came and stayed with me, like right after he had come down, all four of us, well, there's five of us because my sister-in-law was with us, we had all gone out to the bar. And when we went out to the bar, it was a really odd experience this night, and I couldn't understand back then what it was that that made this person just behave in this way, or why I was experiencing these weird things this night. So I walk into the bar, and the first thing that happened was this girl passes by me, and she grabs me and she starts kissing me, and I was just like blown away. I'm like, no, 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 I'm not like that, you know. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're just so beautiful. And I thought, okay, this is very odd. We went in and we were dancing and drinking and having a good time, and these other girls, they're like bumping me on the dance floor, and I'm like, excuse me, sorry about that, apologizing for being like bumping into them, but these people were bumping into me, and it was like all night long. And I was like, it's almost like somebody's trying to fight with me. Why? Like, and why is this like this odd sexual attraction for these women? Like that night I was propositioned by 3 women. One actually grabbed me and kissed me. The other one tried to lean in to kiss me. And the other one just wanted me to go home with her. And this is really weird. And then same with these girls that are bumping into me on the dance floor. It was like somebody was waiting for a reaction to start a fight. So at the end of the night, we were going to leave. We were going to take a taxi, and I was getting some off sales. And when I got the off sales, I went outside, and my brother Will was talking to this very, very drunk woman, and she wanted him to go and party with her. So I was like, okay, well, we'll catch a cab. You're coming with us. We're gonna catch a cab. And she's like, no, 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 I'm gonna drive. I was like, you're not taking my brother anywhere. You're intoxicated. And my brother's like, oh, that's okay, sis, I'll drive. I'm like, no, you've been drinking as well. We're taking a taxi, and I don't know these people, and they've got this, it's just this feeling that I get with people, right? So it's like, no, you're coming with us. And this woman, she gets enraged at me, and we had explained that I'm his sister. And she goes to swing at me, and out of the corner of my eye, I caught her movement, and I backed up, and she hit her van window. And then that angered her. That really angered her. And my brother seen her reaction, so he's like, okay, let's go, sis. So we are walking away from her vehicle, and I had heard her open her flat of beer. And I was like, see, she's going to drink and drive and have open liquor. Like, it's a good thing that I'm pulling you away from there. You know, and as soon as I said that, my brother goes and pulls me, and I see this beer bottle fly, and it breaks on the side of the bar. And I'm looking back at this woman. I was like, you're effing crazy. Like, wow, what the heck was that about? Like, first you try to hit me, and now you try to throw a full beer bottle at the back of my head. Like, you're one messed up woman. And I went to my other brothers and I went to tell them that I'm going to flag down a cab and that maybe my buddy George is coming. So where we are from where this woman was parked is we're right in front of the doors in front of this bar. And she's like 4 cars over. So I go straight out between the cars and I go and flag down a cab. A few cars in front of me, there's my friend's girlfriend, my friend BJ's girlfriend, and I know she's pregnant. She was just dancing, and she's with somebody. I think it was her cousin or something, or her brother. And I'm trying to flag down this cab, and I can hear there's like a lot of aggression outside the bar. Got hair on me, and my brothers are like yelling to me, "Get off the road! Get off the road!" And it's like, well, how are they gonna see me if I'm not standing here? You know, I'm behind the vehicle, so I'm kind of on the road, right? Well, I am on the road, completely on the road. Not kind of on the road, I'm on the road. And then my brother Daryl comes and grabs my left arm and he yanks me away. And as he's yanking me, that lady that was trying to hit me and throw the beer bottle at me, she goes past me in reverse in her van. And she ends up hitting my friend's girlfriend who's pregnant with his baby. And then speeds away. And I was just like, what the heck is all of this stuff? Like, what's going on? You see, my daughter had been experiencing some things as well. And shortly after my brother had moved out, everything started to come to light. My daughter was sexually abused or sexually molested, or I don't know what you call it. She was sexually abused by one of my best friends. And my best friends are not children, they're adults. This man was 25 and my daughter was 12. And he was kissing her. So we had charged him. Right? This came to light. We charged him and we were waiting for a response from the police department to see whether, like, when his court date was going to be. At the same time, I was in school, and I had phoned to request a letter that stated that both of my parents were from the same reserve and that they were both treaty members, because I'm the only person that was in my family that's not a treaty member. And I had been offered a seat in a nursing program. So when I got offered this seat, it's like this weird stuff just started happening. And I couldn't explain any of it. And I just passed it off as like that person was drunk. And, it had nothing to do with any of us. It was all that person. And really, it's all the spirit, the spirits that we attach ourselves to. And, what was happening with my daughter, that was a spiritual attack. What was happening with me, that was a spiritual attack to prevent me from succeeding, right? And then my daughter started stealing and running away, and I'm having all of this emotional, she's going through an emotional turmoil, right? And I would phone her dad and try to get her dad to talk to her, and he's like, "What can I do? Like, I can't do anything. My hands are tied. But she's not gonna listen to me." That's the kind of reaction that I always had with him whenever things were happening, because he's being influenced as well with the people that he's around. And they're saying, no, that's normal stuff. All kids steal. No, all kids do not steal. And all kids run away. No, all kids do not run away. When we are going through things, we need attention, right? And my daughter was going through something very traumatic, and she needed the attention of her father. That's what was happening here. And she wasn't receiving it. So I ended up getting this letter, and that I needed to enroll in this class. And then my daughter, she says, "Mama, I don't feel comfortable living in Lethbridge anymore." And I was like, "You don't feel comfortable?" A couple of days before that, we were walking, and she thought that she had seen this man that she was going to be going to court before. And she said, "Yeah, I don't feel comfortable when I'm walking around school and stuff. Like, he used to go to Burger King and stuff. Like, I'm always on the lookout to see whether or not he's around, and I don't feel comfortable." And then how I felt when I thought that I seen him, she's like, "I don't want to ever feel that again." So I know that you are gonna go to school and you're gonna go into nursing, and I don't want to interrupt your schooling. So I'm just gonna go and live with Dad. I think I need to go and live with Dad because I don't want to be here, and your schooling is here. So after the end of the year, can I go and move with Dad? And I was like, "You don't want to interrupt my schooling?" She says, "Well, yeah, because it's something that it's gonna get you, it's gonna get you a really good job and for your career. So I want to go and move with Dad." And I was like, "My honey, you're the most important person in my life, and my schooling has already waited this long, and there's other options. I can go to school in Edmonton. Like, you're number one, you know." And she got really happy. She was like, "You'd move with me? Like, you'd give up everything?" It's like, "You're my life." So I had made the decision to, at the end of the school year, to move to Edmonton. I was applying for school at the Grant MacEwan to boost my mark to the top 4%. And that's what my plan was, to boost my mark to the top 4% so that I could apply for U of A nursing program. And everything was set, but this was like to try to pull us apart again, and it didn't work.